Hey, you guys. Okay, what's up? My name is Nicole Kennedy. I am a double diamond leader, and I want to welcome you guys so much for hopping on. It's a Friday night, and you guys decided to be here to learn, to grow, how to post, how to interact, and just how to kind of like make yourself stand out more than everybody else. I love that. Love that. It's all about branding yourself. It's all about branding who you are and try to pull those people in. And I really want to stress how much that really means to all of your viewers and your audience is that you have to brand yourself. So what I always basically tell my team is you have to start a journey and you have to bring them along with you. And what your journey is going to be about, it could be about fitness, it could be about photography, it could be about sewing. As long as you're taking somebody along with you, it is going to be awesome. And there's going to be somebody else that would have thought that you would have done that. And what I was talking to about a little bit ago this morning was somebody else. She was like, I've been wanting to travel. She goes, how can I incorporate my journey into traveling? I was like, oh my gosh, let's think about this. So she was like, well, post about where you want to go, what you want to see, and just kind of captivate your audience that way, you guys. So it's all about just setting yourself aside. And I have people all the time like, I want to follow you. I want to follow what you're doing because you make it so interesting. And I love hearing stuff like that. It's because they're constantly just like, oh my gosh, what are you going to do tomorrow? Like, what are you going to the gym? Are you going boxing? What are you going to do? And everybody's just like so interested. It's because I branded myself into that. And that's what you guys have to do as well. Because if you're just posting about the products, you're just posting about the business, okay, how are you different from anybody else? You're not. Just going to be plain and simple. You're not different from anybody else. Because if you probably haven't heard already, it's like, what makes you different? What's going to make me different than everybody else? Because I have about 10 people on my timeline that's doing the same exact thing. Make yourself stand out. Okay, so with me, I have two other fantastic ladies, and I'm super, super pumped for this. All right, Sarah's going to hop in. She's going to talk about lifestyle posting. We don't want to make this super long for you guys, but we did make it an hour. So we want to be able to hopefully you guys have your notepads ready and your pens ready. We're going to be jotting down a whole bunch of awesome notes because I know that they're going to bring the fire. We've got the fire. And you guys just need a little bit more. So Sarah, let me find you. I'm gonna let her do her own introduction. Good thing they're in alphabetical order. All right. There you go, Sarah.
Hey Nicole.
Hey girl, what's up?
What's up? I'm so excited.
All right, girl, let's go ahead. Let's bring us in.
All right, so my name is Sarah. I am a double diamond leader. I just went double diamond 2 months ago, so this was like a big deal for me. So first, I want to get you guys all like a quick understanding of where I'm coming from. I stuck at Emerald for almost a year. I was stuck there. I tried to go diamond all last year with a $7,500 bonus, and I just could not get it. I had so much dead weight on my team. And even though I had so much dead weight, that didn't stop me from continuing what I knew I had to do. So when we had the $20 kits, I think it was July that we had the $20 kits. I'm pretty sure it was July. Wasn't it, Nicole? It was July.
When we had it for like shortly after green carpet.
Yeah, I think it was July, right? Yeah, so we had it in July.
Oh no, September when we had green carpet.
So maybe it was a little bit before that. I think it was definitely in the summer.
Anyway.
So I got to work and I said, I'm going to completely get all this dead weight off of my chart because I'm done with the dead weight. So I signed a ton of distributors and I said for the next 5 months, the rest of this calendar year, meaning 2018, I am going to train these DTs to become better than what they expect themselves to be. So by December, my whole team went from an Emerald team to we were just missing diamond. And then in February, I hit diamond and got the $10,000 bonus. And then in March, I hit double and got the $15,000 bonus. So in a span of 30 days, I got $25,000 in just bonuses. So I want you to all understand that if you have dead weight, give yourself time to reach out to the right people and then take the time to train them. Because if you pressure people so that way you can promote, you're only making it about you when you need to make it about your team, because you can't exist without them. So I would not have gone double or regular diamond without the support of my team under me. So training them to do the right things is only going to help you later. So one of the biggest things I always tell my team is that lifestyle posts have to be like the number one priority on your list. Yes, you need to focus on business and product posts, but no one cares about seeing a bottle of Fat Fighters, and no one cares about your 2-day cleanse, and no one cares about your Thermophyte X that's clinically proven. I'm going to be straight with you. No one cares about that stuff. Because as soon as I see the picture, and I saw the picture yesterday and I saw the day before, they're just going to keep scrolling right through their timeline. Because the video of a dog laying in a bathtub is going to be more interesting at this point to your viewer, to your audience. Because if you just only post about it works all day long, people are going to get bored. And you also, I feel that you come off very desperate. You're so desperate to make a sale that you're just posting whatever comes to your mind in that given moment. I've seen people post 4 product posts a day on Facebook. Like, that is so not okay. And I'm talking 4 separate products. Like, you cannot be doing that. You need to focus on 1 product a month or 1 product a day and stick with it. I tell my people to stick to 3 products a month and post about the same 3 products. If you're consistent, people will say, okay, well, she's always posting about this, so it must work. So that's how I do that. But then lifestyle, I want you all to really think about this. And if you have your notebooks, jot this down right now. What are 5 things about you that have nothing to do with it works? Absolutely nothing to do with it works. What do you do in your spare time? Because I'm going to tell you, I work this job full time, but I still have time for Sarah. I still have time for myself. So really, really think, what are 5 things about you that are amazing? So I can give you examples about me. I have no kids at all. So when I look at other viewers like Katie and Brittany, I'm like trying to like not copy them, but I'm trying to get inspiration from their posts, but they post about their kids a lot. So I have to just nix that right there because I don't have kids. So I also follow, if you're not a mom, I highly recommend Cheyenne Knox is really good and Morgan Martin's really good to see how their lifestyle posts go, because they also don't have children. And Cheyenne's also a lot younger. So it's really interesting to see how someone so young can make their lifestyle posts so amazing, because her lifestyle posts are really, really good. So my 5 things I always say were, it depends on the time of year too. You got to remember that. So like right now it's spring/summer. And my boyfriend has a place at the shore and we love to go down there. So I post about the beach. I love my dogs. I love my family. And I love to garden this time of year. And I just love to like be outside in general, like just be outside and enjoy the outside weather. So that kind of goes for both seasons. So right now I've been focusing a lot on my gardening and helping my mom with stuff around her house, like planting, because I have my own apartment now, but I have a balcony that is the size of a shoe closet. So I can't really garden there. So I go to my mom's house and I show all the pictures of her gardens before and then after I'm done with them. So those are just, and I'm talking to so many people now because I have other people saying, oh my gosh, I love gardening too. What are you planting this year? Oh, did you get tomatoes for your garden? I got this. Or have you ever tried this? Because this is better for the soil than maybe what you're doing. So I'm forming relationships now with people because I'm posting about the same things, but I'm posting about them in different ways. So one day I might say planted tomatoes and cucumber plants. And then the next day, now I'm doing a flower garden. So even though gardening is the main topic, there's all sub branches of all the topics that you're going to write down. So think about what you just wrote. If you wrote like me, dogs. Okay, so maybe one day you're having a lazy day at home and you and your dog are laying around because it's raining. But the next day you're out going for a walk. So you're still posting about the dog both days, but you're doing 2 separate things with the dog. So that is all lifestyle. You need to make your Facebook all about you. 1000% about you. You should be throwing in an it works post here and there, but your main focus needs to be what makes you you. So if you look at my profile and you look at Nicole's profile, they're completely different, because what makes Nicole Nicole and what makes me Sarah are 2 different people. But some people love Nicole's post because they can relate to her, and other people love my post because they can relate to me. And it's all about your audience, and it also depends on where you live. So like, I do a lot of posting about my state because I live in New Jersey, and if you live in New Jersey, you know we live in the most expensive state. Everything's taxed. It's really annoying. So like sometimes for like a funny for a funny lifestyle post, I'll say something funny about the state I live in. And then everyone's on my post like, oh my God, I agree. Oh my God, you won't believe this. I paid this for this. And all of a sudden you have people from everywhere, like, you know, they're posting all over your stuff because you're being relatable. So take those 5 things and make your post all about you. I told one girl, she's actually could not get on the Zoom tonight because she has to work, but I told one girl, she said, I don't know what to post about for lifestyle. I never posted on Facebook before this business, so what do I do? And I said, you know what? I didn't post on Facebook before this either, so I was so confused. I didn't know where to go from here. But I said, write down 5 things that really have to do with you. And I did that, and she has been posting now every single day something about nature. She's going for walks through parks or going on trails. She's gardening, and all of a sudden, she's getting a ton of interaction on her posts, and her LC have gone up now. She's enrolling more customers because people are getting to know her instead of getting to know it works. So if you get your lifestyle post down, you're going to get your business posts and product posts are going to get more interaction also. So then all of a sudden, oh, you planted this purple flower. Oh, you planted this red flower. Oh, wait, you have a product to lose 30 pounds? Oh my God, I need to know about that. Because people just scroll through. If you go on Facebook, think about it. Do you stop and read every single post that you see? If you see something that is BS to you, you're going to just scroll right by it. But if something catches your eye, that's when you're going to go to that person's profile and say, okay, like what's the deal with this person? Because I know for a fact I do that. If I see a picture of a newborn baby, I go through that profile and I'm looking at all the newborn pictures now, and then I'm learning something about this person. And that's how I'm forming the relationship, because now I'm going to comment and say, oh my God, your daughter looks just like you or just like her father. Where did you give birth? Oh my God, your hospital room is so pretty. You look great for just having a baby. You're glowing. Anything that you want to say, but you're forming a relationship with this person, and now they feel comfortable to talk about you. And then all of a sudden, they're seeing your post, and after 2 weeks of forming relationships, now you're selling them product because they're on your profile, and their profile's on their radar, on their radar now. So you guys really need to really think about those 5 things that mean everything to you, and you need to be posting about those 5 things a lot more than the it works anything. So to finish off, this is what I want you to really think about. You should be posting a maximum of 3 times a day on Facebook. No more than 3. If you're posting more than 3 times, you're posting too much. No sharing videos because no one wants to see them. And when you do a lifestyle post, do lifestyle, product, or business, then lifestyle. So you're always having more you than more it works. So I do every other day. I do product, 2 lifestyle and a product. Then the next day is 2 product and a business. The next day is 2. So it's like an A-B kind of thing. So that, if you can get on that schedule and get yourself really disciplined to get on that schedule, you are going to be golden moving forward. And you're going to see such a large percentage of your interaction go sky high. So if you can do that, you will be fine and you will go somewhere really fast.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. If you guys learned something, drop a 1 in the comments, hit a boom there. That was awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much. Lifestyle is really important, you guys, and we need to really understand that it works is just the commercial, okay? And you guys are the main you guys are the film, and it works as the commercial. Always, always, always remember that. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to bring you guys a little bit more in depth with just a few more things. So I'm going to talk more about interactive posting, business posting, and product posting. And then one really in peculiar is I really want to cover is our race to inspire. If you guys have done your race to inspire, please go ahead and drop a fire in the comments. Let me see those fires. If you have done your race to inspire. If you have not, what are you waiting for? Seriously, okay? Race to inspire, not only does it hold yourself accountable, okay, but it also shows others what this business is worth. And that's exactly what you guys need, is we are showing everybody else, our audience, our friends, that this business is going to achieve that goal. So for me, many others, it was to get out of debt. Just like everybody else, we want to cut down on our credit cards. We want to cut down and we want to put in savings accounts. We want to take away our student loans. We don't want this debt hovering over us. Well, guess what? This is going to show other people that this business is going to do that for you, okay? So I want you guys, if you have not done it, you guys need to seriously go on to Dreamcatchers, type in the search bar. Remember, you can find any and everything in the search bar on Dreamcatchers, okay? And you guys need to go ahead and type in Race to Inspire. There are so many examples there. Exactly, it's in the announcements. There are so many examples there. So if you do not have an idea, get one up. I encourage everybody to get one up tonight or tomorrow morning. Give yourself a why. Your why is going to change constantly throughout this business, and that is okay. So that's the second thing that I want to bring up to everybody is your why post is super, super important. Once a week, no joke, once a week at least. While you guys are accumulating and changing and growing, your why post is going to change and grow with you. What my why was last week is not the same as this week. Okay, mine last week was because I wanted to pay off and get and add on to my student loan debt. Okay, this week is because I want to pay for my vacation. So next week is probably going to be something completely different. My why is going to change. For most of you guys that do not know my story, I come from a little extensive. I'm going to go really fast. So this is why my why keeps on changing. Back in September 2018, I'm not going to get stabby. I was actually in an abusive marriage. I got out of it because of this business. That was my why then. I needed this business to work because I was constantly in the negative as a full-time teacher. I was $400 or max in the negative because he drowned me. He was an alcoholic. And so that is my why for this business right here, is it needed to get me out of that situation. Well, guess what? September, I missed Emerald by I think it was like 158 BB. That was okay. I gained it in October. And then from that point, just climbed the ladder ever since, because this business gave me a sense of worth. It gave me the confidence and exactly what I needed. So this is why we need to share that, because I keep on sharing my story. I've gained audience from all around the world because of that. And you guys need to understand that you never know who you're going to be helping unless you keep on continuing to share your story. I want to let you guys know that, because I had so many people come forward and tell me, hey, I had no idea you were going through that. I was going through the same thing. Can you help me get out of my situation? You never know. You guys, this business does more than just give you guys a paycheck. You guys are changing other people's lives and you have no idea what you have in your hands. I think I just got really red, and I'm sorry because I'm not a red person, but I really want to stress that to you guys. Seriously, is that you guys are inspiring other people. You might not think you are, but you are. So get your why up. Take time. If it's going to be the first post in the morning, your business post, take time and actually walk through it. If you need your upline to say, hey, I'm ready to I wrote my why, I need you to look over it for me, tell me how I did. Hey, guess what? That's what we're here for. Okay, we're here to say, no, let's add this, take away this, add that emoji, pull this emoji away. You got too much going on. So you want to sit and you want to make sure you have the bullet points. But I really wanted to invest in that situation. Is I wanted to tell you guys that your why story is so, so important. Share it once a week. Okay, so it could be a recap of last week, or it could be ongoing for next week. And from to the next week, there we go. And then it could completely change in 2 weeks. Who knows? But share it. Okay. So that's the main point. Those two were like the main points I really wanted to share with you guys. All right. So when you get into your business posting, keep it short, simple, and to the point, because if your business posts are long and extensive, or all you're saying is, I have 5 more spots with, you know, to be a stay-at-home mom and to earn your own paycheck. Who wants to work from home? Ain't nobody gonna work from home if you're posting that. Okay, exactly. And if you say, hey, I've got $1,000 guarantee on the table, who wants it? Well, guess what I do? You have $1,000 guarantee. Hello. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And it's so simple was I made a post the other day, and I'm actually going to pull it up because it got over, and my business and my product posts have gotten at least from 80 max likes on each one of them because of how simple they really are. So I wanted to share with you guys one of my business posts, and I'm going to show you guys how simple this really was. So I said, I did a thing, people judged, others laughed, and now I showed you it works. And boom, there goes a fancy picture of me. Something so simple, and it got over 80 something likes. Something so simple, and people were like, you did. And there's so many comments on there as well. Guys, don't overthink your business posts. Your next business post is going to be, let's say, I am so thankful I get to work from, you know, from my view today, and take a picture of your view. That's a business post. Don't overthink your business post, okay? Now, if we have a special going on with a $20 deal or $50 deal, okay, that's okay. Include something like that because that's something amazing. It's a flash sale. It's like a flash sale. You know, start including that. But don't do it to an extent, hey, I have 5 spots with a $20 deal. If you do say something like that, include it in your stories. Caitlin's actually going to go over that a little bit more, but include that into your stories and talk into your stories. Don't just like, you know, say, okay, I have, you know, 5 spots left. Who wants one from working from home? Guess what? A whole bunch of people are offering that. That's why it's important to brand yourself and to tell your why story. Why do people want to join your team? So when you put up that business post, people are going to be like, I want to join your team, because they can relate to you, because you were vulnerable and you were trustworthy and you were honest. Those are the 3 main points that you guys need to keep whenever you guys are making any type of post. Trustworthy, honesty, and you're giving vulnerability. Because if you're not doing any of those things, nobody wants to be on your team, okay? So I wanted to share that with you guys. And then there was a few more points that I wanted to share. Is, okay, product posting. I could be holding a cup and say, oh, I feel like I have 1,000,001 things to do today, but my skinny coffee is going to help me get through them. So one thing that you want to talk about whenever you're doing a product post, short and simple, you guys, short and simple, okay? You want to talk about what the solution is in any of your product posts. So the solution is what this coffee is going to do for you. It's going to keep you full and it's going to keep you focused so you can tackle those tasks. Don't overthink it, you guys. Don't. Because once you start overthinking it, you want to include all of these wonderful facts about the cleanse. Oh gosh, it's completely gentle. It's White Pants approved. Oh, you can eat on it and da-da-da. Save that for the messages. Don't include that in your post. Okay? So one thing that if you're posting about the cleanse, say, oh my gosh, I can't wait to drop, and say however many pounds or whatever, because I've ate like crap the past month. I love my cleanse. Boom, that's it. Short, simple, and sweet, straight to the point. You guys don't have to use that. I'm just making a point. You know what I mean? But don't overthink that. Keep simple facts, okay, you guys? And save the main information for that messaging. That's when you want to tell them with the cleanse, you want to drink 1 bottle in the morning, 1 bottle at night, 30 minutes prior. That's when you talk about it. Don't do it in your posting, okay? Make sure your posting is bright and airy, and you guys are right there in light. You've been told that plenty of times. That's why you have Social Media Academy. Katie and Brittany have put that together for us, and they're absolutely amazing. Underneath the units tab, you guys, they put a whole bunch of thought and process into it. Use it, utilize it, okay? So do you guys have any questions about that stuff? Please be sure to drop it in the chat. We'd be happy to answer them at the end. So I want to make sure that I won't go over everything. I was trying to go a little bit faster so that Caitlin can hop in. We're not keeping you guys too long. So what we're going to do, we're going to do our race to aspire. Talk about your why. If you guys go live, that's right, go live. Make something. Talk about your day. Talk about what you're going to do during the day. You don't even have to talk about, hey, this is my coffee. I'm going to pour it in my water. No, do it and act like you're talking to an audience, you guys. Okay? Don't just sit there. Guess what this is? Guess what this is? I'm going to pour it in. No, don't do that. Just don't. Just talk. Okay. That was one thing because I love going live. I will go live all day long if I can. I don't care who's listening and who's not listening. I will do it in a heartbeat. I will stay on until my lips turn blue. So, but because I can talk and talk and talk. See, I can talk and talk. But I wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm going to turn it over to Caitlin because she's got some awesome tips for stories, and she's going to go a little bit more in depth with your why. I know I covered it a little bit. Sorry, Caitlin. But she's going to go more in depth with that. And she's going to talk about how to announce your LCs and your DTs. All right. So let me turn it over to Caitlin. And oops. Let me find you, Caitlin. Sorry, getting there. Okay, there you go.
Hey guys, so I am really excited to be on here, and to be honest, I have a lot of notes, but I am going to kind of talk a little fast so I can get a lot covered for you guys. So I'm really excited. I wanted to I know Nicole wanted me to share my story really quick with you guys. And that's the thing with this business too, is your story is going to constantly change. My story has completely changed. My why has completely changed since I joined. I joined this business. Obviously, I'm Caitlin. I'm 24. I joined this business a little over 3 years ago, back in February of 2016. And when I joined, I was working 3 jobs. I was so busy, working 50 to 60 hours a week, always missing out on time with my boyfriend at the time, my family. I was working 6 a.m. to like 10 o'clock at night. I was missing out on so much. So that was my why when I first joined. I just wanted some extra breathing room because I was living paycheck to paycheck. Even with working that much, I still had to ask my parents for money to help with bills. It was embarrassing. So I joined on a whim. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I went Ruby in 4 months, and you guys, I was complacent for 2 years. I was Ruby for 2 dang years because I think I didn't have a strong enough why to push me. I really didn't. And it wasn't until life happened. There was one point I got laid off a job. There was one point that, I started hitting the negatives, you guys, like it was bad. And it wasn't until I went to conference last year. So that's one thing I wanted to touch on really quick. Go to conference in Florida next February. Just wanted to put it out there. You have to go to conference. It changes everything. So anyways, last year, it just lit a fire in me. I was dating my high school boyfriend. We were together about 6 years then, and we were talking about marriage. And when summer hit and the fall hit of last year, we were talking about getting married. We were going to get engaged soon. And I was like, holy cow, my parents cannot afford a wedding. I have to pay for this myself. And so I figured out my why. That was my why. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to get married. I gotta do it. So I pushed really hard. I lost rank, you guys. I lost rank. As soon as I went Ruby, I went down to executive, and then I went down to the distributor. And I was paid as a distributor majority of those 2 years. And your why is going to constantly change. So last year I was paid as a distributor last January, and now I'm a double diamond, you guys, going triple. So anything is possible. When I set my mind to it, I was like, I have to go diamond. There's no excuse. Like, I have to do this. So I worked really hard, and I went emerald, and then I went diamond in August, and then I just went double in February, about to go triple this month. And we're talking about going pres in the next month or two, and then ambassador before the end of the year. So your why is going to constantly change, you guys. And what I just wanted to touch really really quick on is I actually had a broken engagement. I got engaged on New Year's Eve this past year, and my ex-fiance broke it off 2 months ago. And when it happened on March 6th. I remember the day and the time. When it happened, you guys, I had to take a couple of days for myself. I did. But you know what? I was a top distributor enroller in the entire company that month. So no matter what, life's going to happen. You have to push through no matter what you go through. Same with Nicole, like she went through the abusive relationship. You have to push through. Life's going to happen anyways. You just got to keep going. So, but basically that's my story. So my why has completely changed. And now I'm leaving a legacy for my family. I'm making more money in a month than my parents do. And I'm saving, I just paid off my credit card, you guys. I am paying off my car this year. I'm about to have $10,000 in savings in a matter of 3 months because of the Race New Inspire. So if you haven't done that, you have got to do it. So anyways, I'm going to, sorry, I was like talking about my story really fast, but the things that I was going to go over tonight is the importance of stories. So Instagram stories, you want to make sure your Instagram story is linked to your Facebook, and then also posting about your why. So throughout this whole time, I'm constantly on Instagram stories. You need to be on Instagram stories every single day. I know Brittany and Katie preach that every day. And there were times I wasn't consistent on it, and that's when I wasn't enrolling. And when I'm consistent with posting on Instagram stories, I'm enrolling. So you constantly want to share about your life, but how I kind of incorporate the business and like when I sign up, like how I get distributors and like how I like announce it on Instagram stories. Basically what I do is I'm just videoing myself. I'm excited. You have to be excited. You have to be vulnerable. You have to share your story, you guys. I was scared. I was scared to share that I had a broken engagement because I announced it everywhere that I was getting married, how I was going to pay cash for my wedding, and how It Works was going to pay for this and that and this and that. And you have to constantly share your story. But I opened up. So I wanted to share a couple posting ideas that have really helped, like posting, kind of like sharing your story. Like Nicole said, you don't want to have a long paragraph like every single time you talk about your story. It's good to do that every now and then, like a couple times a month, maybe every like week and a half or so. You want to have like a longer version of your story, but you want to share like little bits of your story so people are following your journey. So I'll go ahead and show you guys a couple of the ideas I've done. So one of them was, for instance, like this is just something really simple. On this post, I was talking about a flashback of what happened 3 years ago. Can y'all see that? So 3 years ago, I had posted about, this is me. My name is Caitlin. As you probably already know, I'm 21 years old. I'm currently working 3 jobs, working 50 to 60 hours a week. And I just talked about like who I was. And then I talked about how I joined the business, how I was super skeptical. And I'm so excited because one day I am not going to have to work this much. And people are constantly seeing that journey. And now I'm able to say, to think just 3 years ago, I worked so much, stressing, living paycheck to paycheck, working 3 jobs. And now I'm over here at the age of 24, making more in a month than I could have ever imagined. I just got paid 3 days early, my biggest paycheck. And all I can say is I'm forever grateful I said yes. Just say yes. You don't even have to say business. Don't say It Works on all your stuff. Don't. You want to leave that curiosity, because there's so many times that people have messaged me and they're like, what business are you a part of? What company are you a part of? And if they know everything, they're not going to come to you and ask you questions. Another one that I've done is, oh, dang it. I just had it. Oh yeah. Here's one about like with customers. Like, I said, What a fun night. Went shopping with my girl Daniela and then out to dinner to introduce her to one of my favorite restaurants, and now she's obsessed. Definitely plan to come back soon. After leaving dinner, I saw Jessica join my team. I'd say it's been a pretty awesome Saturday. Just simple stuff. And then what did I do? I took a picture of my food and I had the little, if you don't have the app, it's called Photo Layers. And you can actually put, whenever you get the notification you sign a distributor or a customer, you can put it on top of your photos. So it's kind of like a lifestyle post, like how Sarah said, lifestyle is so important, but just put a little sprinkle of the business on it, showing, oh, Caitlin was out at dinner and she signed up a distributor. Like, you know, like you literally can work this business anywhere. And there was another one I was going to share with you guys. Where was it? Oh yeah, about sign distributors, you guys. My mom actually joined the business recently because of how well I've done. And you guys, I got 60 likes on this post. It was a picture of me and my mom in Tennessee. And you can see the little overlay that I signed her up as a distributor. And I was like, we have some exciting news to share. My mom has decided to join this business with me and join me on this fun adventure of making an extra income from home. She has seen what's possible with this company for me, and I'm so excited to help my mom earn this $3,000 guarantee. Literally that simple. And you guys, I got 60 likes on that. Because it's a lifestyle post, I'm sharing me. You have to share you all over your social media. One thing I wrote is people don't buy into the company, they buy into you. They don't want to just join the company. They want to join you for what you've been able to do and what you're able to help them with. And also the bigger your dream is, you got to dream big. I know I'm kind of like all over the place. Okay, you have to be willing to show the courage and the strength, because some people, if you're not willing to be vulnerable and share what you're going through, of course, you don't have to literally share every little thing that you're going through, but people need to relate to you. They need to know that you truly care and that you're trustworthy, that they can relate to you. Because I remember when I had the broken engagement, you guys, I had so many messages. It wasn't even about the business. People messaged me and they're like, girl, I had no idea. I went through the same thing, or I went through something similar. You have no idea, like how Nicole said, you have no idea what the words, what you're putting out there will impact somebody else. You have no idea. You have no idea what people are going through. And even when you're seeing people, like people are constantly, like honestly, like Facebook and Instagram, it's a highlight reel. Not everybody's going to be comfortable posting stuff, but if you're comfortable getting vulnerable and sharing that you used to be broke, how you would have to use your credit card at the gas station. You guys, I remember there was one post a couple of years ago. I used to drive an hour to my job, you guys. And there was one time I did not even have $5 in my bank account, you guys. And I was on E. I could not get home. I had to ask one of my coworkers for like $5 or $10 so that way I could get home, you guys. And I made a post about that. And that gets people's interest. Same with on Instagram stories. I'm constantly sharing how I'm filling up my gas tank, and I'm so thankful. I don't have to ask somebody else for money. I don't have to use my credit card, because I used to have to use my credit card all the time. And now I don't have to do that. And I know I'm like all over the place, but what else was I going to say? Oh yeah. Why did you join the business? Why did you join the business? Was it because the person you enrolled with, did they share their success? Did they share their nitty gritty, like being broke, like what they went through? Of course, everybody's story is different. Like I'm not a mom. I don't have kids. And I think that was one thing that was really hard for me in the beginning when I joined, is I joined with Brittany, and she had one daughter at that time. I felt like I didn't know what to post about because I didn't have kids. Well, what are your interests? I have dogs, you know, like I'm constantly posting about my dogs and sharing how I'm like at home with the dogs and how I'm signing up customers because I'm outside hanging out with my dogs. I'm watching TV. Share what you're doing while you're signing up customers. So if you're signing up a customer while you're at work, talk about how you're on your lunch break and how you just signed a customer. In between those 3 jobs, I was constantly sharing how I still remember to this day when I was working my apartment job, I signed up a distributor. I signed up a distributor at work, which I know like with certain jobs, you have to be kind of careful about it. You don't want to do like too much because I almost got in trouble one time, but I mean, if it's your lunch break, like just talk about how you're so excited because you're on your lunch break and you just signed up a customer or you just signed up a new team member and you're so excited because you're going to help them earn a $3,000 guarantee. That's simple. And then people are going to message you and be like, what is this $3,000 guarantee? What is this $3,000 guarantee? And on Instagram stories, I also wanted to share is whenever I'm signing up distributors and I like share that I signed distributors, I talk about their why. The distributor that joined me, why did they join? I have a girl that joined. She was 18 years old. She just joined last month. And when I posted about that on Instagram, I'm like, I am so excited. Like, I just helped so-and-so join the business. She is only 18 years old, and she is so sick of living paycheck to paycheck. She wants to be able to pay for college. And I'm so excited because I get to teach her how to earn earn $3,000 in 3 months. And then talking about how you have exclusive spots, but you have to do voice. You got to do voice video. You have to. You have to be brave, and you have to share your walk and success every single step of the way, even if it's a crawl, even if it's one little thing, even if you haven't even signed a customer yet. Talk about how you're in the beginning, like when I didn't really sign a lot of customers, I was talking about how I was laying on the couch and how I was talking to 4 girls that are looking to make an extra income. Post about that, you know? I'm sorry, I have a lot of notes and I'm very scattered brain. I think another thing that's really helped me with growing my team and my business is you have to claim your goals. Your why is going to constantly change, like I said. Your why might be one thing a couple years ago, but it's constantly going to change. I mean, now I'm working full-time from home. Did you think I really saw myself doing that 3 years ago? No. I just needed to breathe a little. I needed an extra $100 to $200 so I wasn't struggling. You know, you don't have to have success to be successful in this business. Everybody starts at distributor, but you have to share your journey. And there's so many people that have watched me over the 3 years that are just now joining because I constantly have shared where I've come from, how I used to work 3 jobs, always do past, present, future. Talk about where you were, what you're doing, and where you're going. And if you're brand new, talk about you struggling right now and you joined because you're going to get there. Also, you have to make the decision. This is your plan A, not your plan B. If you make excuses that, you know, like if you join, like your why, you're like, I joined because, you know, I need to provide for my kids. Like, I really want to stay home with them, or I want to be able to cut back on hours. Okay, well, don't make your why your excuse to not work. Your why has to, this was good. Your why is your drive. Don't make your why your excuse. Your why is what motivates you. Your why is what pushes you and drives you every single day. So what is that? Oh, and I just remember this. Sorry, Nicole, I'm all over. I just remember this. I don't know if any of y'all were at Green Carpet last year, but they had an Emerald and a Diamond leadership training. And I was an Emerald at the time. I had just gone Emerald. And it was Denise Walsh. She's actually one of the Black Diamonds. And she did an exercise with us. She's like, find a partner. And I encourage you guys to do this too. It can be somebody on your team. It can be somebody in your family. And what this is, it's a why exercise. And what you do is you actually ask somebody, like, okay, like, what do you want? That's what it was. It was, what do you want? What do you want? Okay. And I was like, well, I don't want to stress with money. But why? Why don't you want to stress over money? And then you just keep saying why? And you get so deep, and you guys, everybody was crying by the end of that exercise, because you get so digging deep, figuring out the real meaning, because everybody can say, oh, like, I want extra money, or I want this and that. But if you really get deep and down, like, why do you want that so bad? Why do you want an extra $100? Why? You have to constantly ask yourself. And she's like, well, there you go. That's like 50 posts you can talk about. You know, you just gotta dig deep and get real and raw and share, why are you doing this business? Because there's somebody out there that needs this. You guys, if I didn't have this business, I would be working so many freaking jobs still. I would still be stressing. And you know what? This business helped me conquer through my broken engagement. After a week afterward, you know, I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going triple diamond. Like, screw you. I don't need you. Like, I take control of my life, and I don't care. I don't care. I want to be able to financially take care of me and my future family, you know? So, I think that was almost everything. Did I forget anything?
Girl, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think I already said that. Oh yeah, stop being selfish and scared. Stop being selfish and scared, because if you're selfish and scared, what if God wants, like, you know how sometimes you feel really led to go live? You're like, God, God's telling you, like, I need to go live and I need to talk about this. I need to share my why today. And I know that happened for Nicole the other day. What if God wants you to post about something? What if God wants you to post about something, because that post is what's going to get your next distributor? That's going to be your next diamond. What if they're going to be your next ambassador? Stop being scared and get out of your comfort zone, and stop being selfish. Stop being selfish, because if I was selfish and I wasn't vulnerable and I didn't share what I went through, I wouldn't attract the right people. You have to share what you're going through. Stop being selfish and scared, and share your story and journey so others can relate to you, because that's the key thing. This is a relationship business. You have to relate to people. And I think what was really, really hard for me is when being engaged, I was constantly adding people that were engaged, that were recently married. And that's what most of my feed was. And so once I went through everything, it was hard, but I'm glad I found those people, and I was sharing my story during that time, because I found some of my dream DTs that were engaged. I found some. And even though I went through that, there was a purpose. There's a reason for you to go through things. We don't know why, but it makes us stronger. And you guys, I've grown so much over 3 years. If you would have looked at me 3 years ago and said, or even a year ago, and said, oh, Caitlin, you're a double diamond in a year, or triple diamond, I'd be like, no, I'm scared to talk to people. No, you have to do daily self-development, you guys. You have to. You have to constantly be growing as a leader. I think that's everything. I know that was like a lot, and I hope I covered everything, but
I loved it, Caitlin. Like, that was amazing. So actually, that quote that you mentioned, can you type that up and put it in the chat for everybody?
Yeah,
that,
which one?
the one where
your why is your drive?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you type that up and put that in the chat for everybody?
Yes.
So that they can have that, and so that they can write that down and copy it into their notes section.
Yes.
Put it as your background of your phone and look at it every single day, you guys, because your why is your drive. So One last thing is I really wanted to go over, you guys, and I thank you guys so much for hopping on with us. Is the last thing I wanted to go over is your interaction post. Okay, you need one in order to bump up your interaction throughout, you know, just kind of at least once a week to kind of say, hey, I'm here, my post did not get lost. So I want you guys, this is my secret. Okay, so lean in a little close because this is my secret. Okay, I go on Instagram and I type in funny mom memes. Okay, because I'm a mom. So I type in funny mom memes and they all pop up. We all see them. Guess what? I scroll all the way till I can't scroll anymore. Ones that are like months and months old. I pull one of those. I turn it into a post. Boom. There goes an interactive post right there. People are like, oh my God, girl, that's so funny. I had one where I had over 100 and something shares on it. I had 200 and something like laughing on it. And I'm talking, it was like 80 something comments. I was like, oh my God, this was one sentence. Like, this is insane. But it was an interactive post because people like the moms on my page, they related to it so much. So find what your passion is. So if it's funny dog memes. So Caitlin, Stasia, they're dog moms. So funny dog memes, go through, do the hashtag, scroll through and find something funny, you guys. Post it one day, let it sit there. Because if it's getting and attracting that much attention, let it sit there and let that attention attract to it. And every time you reply back to a simple comment on one of those posts, guess what? That bumps it right back up to the feed every single time. So do not go and reply back to everything right away. Wait a few hours and then reply one at a time, and then go back another about 2 more times, and then 2 more hours, and then reply back to it, so on and so forth. Don't reply back to everybody's comment right away, because you want that post to jump back up into somebody's newsfeed that they didn't notice the first time. Okay, so that's the last 2 tips that I wanted to share with you guys. But I really liked what Caitlin said, is how she brought her DTs into her stories. So she has them right there, and she brought the why. Why did they join this business? So every time you introduce a new team member, I really, really like that. I'm going to start using that, Caitlin. I really, really like that. Is that why did this 18-year-old decide to take this leap and say yes to this business? That's super important, because we know why we did. We can share it all the time, but for somebody else, and you're sharing their why, it gives somebody else another perspective. So I really love that. I'm actually going to start using that. No excuses. I really like that. Sideline sisters. I think that's the last thing I really wanted to hop in, and then we can sit there and we can open up for questions. So if you guys start having questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We'll go over them. But last thing I really wanted to go over is your sideline sisters. So find somebody, if you guys are in the Stay Connected app, chat, or you guys are in leadership chats, or whatever chat you're in, find a sideline sister. So it does not have to personally be somebody that's on your personal team that possibly you have built or that your upline has built, but find somebody that could possibly be, I like to picture it, find legs. So because I might have a different perspective, and I could be bringing something to the table for somebody else's team, and she could be sit there and turn around and she could bring something to me that I can express with my team. Do it all the time. You guys have probably seen it all the time. Stasia's my work life. So I want to stress that a whole lot, because we bounce off of each other. And when we have trouble posting, we're able to take that, and I can say, I haven't posted today. I need an idea. And she's like, okay, well, what do you have in your camera roll? And I could show her a picture just like that. And she's like, oh, say this. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. So lock arms with somebody, you guys. It doesn't have to be somebody on your personal team. You can lock arms with somebody else. And it's really, really important, because perspective is amazing, especially in this business, is we get tired and we get run down sometimes, and we can't, like, our minds just turn off and we don't know what to think of next, and that is okay. Okay, and then of course in our team page you can find all of, you know, some posting ideas and stuff like that, and how simple and to the point they really and truly are. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat and go ahead and answer them. I'm gonna scroll back through. Yes, Silent Sisters are absolutely amazing. All right. Yeah, if you guys need any apps or anything like that that we may use, we'll be happy to share those with you guys. I know that they're in our units tab as well. Brittany and Katie have posted them. So be sure, if you guys have not done all of your units, go back through, finish those off. You guys are going to learn so much from them. But if nobody has any questions, you guys don't have, you know, need any help with anything like that, always seek your upline or seek the next person that's on your team. Ruby and above, I know that they'll be happy to help if, let's say, the person that enrolled you is not able to help. But you guys, posting is so important. Yes, please drop that fire if you guys have learned something new today. Tonight, not today, tonight, because that's exactly what we needed to do. Is we needed to bring some new perspective and not overthink what posting actually is, because posting is so simple, but we just overthink it so much. Don't overcomplicate, for sure. I love it. I love it. I love it. Really want to thank you guys for, you know, hopping on here, and Caitlin and Sarah for hopping in here and giving us your tips and tools for growing your business. But I hope you guys have an awesome night, and that is it. All right.